Hello everybody, and welcome to Maple Ridge, home of the Super Turbo 701. This is Tom Murphy, the builder. I took the plane out of the garage this morning. It's the first day in like 9 days that we have not had rain here in upstate New York. And I needed a little space in the garage because I had to move a wing off the table so I could do some marking on the forward nose skin. But before I get going today with the video, today is Monday, May 26th. 2025. It is Memorial Day here in the United States, and I'd just like to take a moment to thank all those servicemen and women who fought and gave the ultimate sacrifice for this country, who didn't get to come home to their loved ones. And I'd just like to say today that if you have family, friends, neighbors that lost a loved one fighting for this great country of ours, give them a call today and thank them and tell them that you remember what their loved ones and family members did for this country that we live in. Regardless of what anybody thinks with political views, we still live in the greatest country in the world. We live in a place where it seems like everybody wants to come to, regardless of the avenues of getting in. And so don't listen to downers, especially today, on a day where we remember all those who served. So before I get going today, I'd just like to have a moment of silence to remember all those that fought and died for this country and who put their life on the line for that flag right there. Thank you, everyone. So first off, on the plane, I did, Jan sent me the bolts so that I was able to take the spacer from between the spinner and the front of the cowling. So I took that off and put that on, and that fit up nicely with no issues. So that's out of the way. What I'm doing today is I'm working on my right wing. Kind of had it on hold for a little while because I've got so many things going on right now, building. I've got a wing up there, I've got clecos in the plane, the seat pans, I've got clecos everywhere. So I was getting really short of clecos. So I looked online, I was looking at Zenith, I was looking at Aircraft Spruce, and I happened to find online on Amazon, clecos for sale. There's a brand new one there. I bought 100 clecos for 80 bucks, delivered through Amazon. And not quite half the price of going to the Aircraft Spruce or Zenith, but almost half the price. But some of these places wanted $1.40 to $1.80 a piece for those clecos. I got them for 80 cents a piece. And every one of them, brand new, nice and shiny, and seemed to work really well. Why not save a buck where you can save a buck? So what I've done today is I had to take the wing off the table and I set it over on the sawhorses. I got it set up so I could set it safely over there. And I had to take my nose skin and put it on the table, and I had to mark on the bottom side a line 20 millimeters in from the edge. And that is so that that's going to fit over top of this. It's supposed to fit over top of this when it's all done, but to do it, because these holes are already drilled, it has to go underneath the skin. So I'll run the line right up to that skin, and it should be even here at 20 millimeters. And then I have to drill down through all the pre-drilled holes that I already have. Then once it's all done, I'll take that skin out, and that skin will fit on top and get clecoed. So I've gone ahead and clecoed it all across the bottom. Everything went in without any issues. And now I've got to fold the skin, the fork nose skin, up and over and get my straps on it. Nice thing about this nose skin is it did come from Zenith, pre-cut, pre-drilled. The only issue you might have is not having these right. I did because I've already tried it a little bit, kind of a soft fold. I'm going to wait a little bit until my son comes over so that he can actually give me a hand, and I'll put a 2x4 on that, get my straps underneath it, and get it. We'll get that put on there, and then I can start working on the wingtip. And hopefully in a week or so, I'm calling this, the month of June is going to be wing month. All I have left to do is to get these wings done and completed, and I can mount them on the aircraft. I have the windshield, the doors, and all that stuff to do on the airplane still, but I'm trying to get the big stuff out of the way. The fuel tank has been installed. Once I take this wing apart and I take the top off, once it's all been assembled, and I take it apart and deburr it and do anti-corrosion, I'm going to take the fuel tank out and check it for leaks. One thing I did do different on this, and I'm going to come around the other side just to show everybody. Now, Zenith recommends that the fuel sending unit, it's the Volkswagen sending unit, is supposed to go right here. I went back and forth and back and forth and back and forth about this. Wasn't sure about the room with the skin. Well, my fuel sending unit is mounted under here, and I can't even push the skin down to touch it. So what I'm going to do is, this is going to be my cutout. I'm going to put a flush mount, removable tab in there, or whatever you want to call it, inspection panel, and that way I can access the sending unit through the top of the skin, and that'll be flush mounted and screwed on that. And either way, you're going to have to take skin off. If my sending unit was in here and I had trouble and this root skin was on, you're taking this off. You're putting an inspection panel here. I guess the idea behind it is on some builds there wasn't enough room to put this in here, and I've got almost 3/4 of an inch between the skin and the top of the sending unit, so everything came together really nice and tight on this. And I think a lot of it is how you install them ribs. You want to have them exactly right, not too low, not too high. And I took great pains to make sure that everything was spot on, and it worked out really well. Right, wrong, or indifferent, I just wanted the fuel sending unit on the top of the tank, and that's where it's going to be. So the hole's drilled, it's been installed, it went in nice, and that's where I'm at. But anyways, I'm going to keep working on this today, pecking around a little by little. If you like my videos, I'm looking to see how many subscribers I can get. I'm actually at 261 right now. Not a lot compared to a lot of things out there, but I know it's kind of a small arena of guys that like to watch these type of videos. But I couldn't find a lot of stuff out there with the CH701 as far as build videos from builders that put stuff up, other than John Croc's videos, the homebuilthelp.com. And I've used his videos, and I keep putting up little snippets of things that I've been doing and things that I've changed and different routes that I've gone. And I'm going to keep doing that all through the whole entire build. So please, if you like the videos, hit the like and subscribe button, and we'll see you next time. This is Tom Murphy at Maple Ridge, home of the Super Turbo 701. And thank you to those that gave their lives for our country, the military servicemen and women of this nation. Have a good Memorial Day. Till next time.